OMT Online Dynasty, we are finally here. We have made it to our national championship game at the end of year 3 of our 32 user Online Dynasty. It all comes down to this: 16-0 IQ Truth in his Toledo Rockets, 16-0 Vancy in his Louisiana Ragin' Cajun. A user versus user national championship game. Toledo going to be in that Ohio State ultimate team style offense, airing the ball out, pushing the ball down the field. Louisiana going to be in the Army triple option flex bone offense, try to utilize that electric backfield of Jawan Johnson and Harlem Berry, two absolute freak athletes that have pushed Louisiana to the top. One of these teams is going to walk away with a perfect undefeated season and become our new national champion. The stage has been set. There's not really much else for us to go over here. I think we can just take it away, get into the game here. Good luck to IQ Truth. Good luck to Vancy. Let's see who's going to follow in Utah State's steps and become our new title holder. And there it is, the beautiful national championship trophy here. The game will be played down in the Superdome in New Orleans. You'd think that would give Louisiana a bit of an advantage, a much shorter trip from Lafayette. I don't know exactly where Lafayette is, but it's definitely going to be closer than Toledo is to the French Quarter. This game is all going to be from Vancy's point of view. There are some technical difficulties throughout the stream. The picture is going to get a little choppy from time to time. I'm going to try my best to cut around it, but it does come up on some big plays. Another horrifying cheerleader there, just like we saw with Buffalo a few weeks ago. There's something going around the country apparently where the cheerleaders are all losing their teeth. But there goes Louisiana, Coach Vancy leading his boys out on the field, ready to take on the Toledo Rockets. Let's see, our first ever user versus user national championship game. We did have a semifinal last year, which was also Vancy going against Boulder in Utah State. Utah State came out the winner in double overtime, I think, and this time Vancy's looking to finish the job. Let's get to it. Obviously not going to be any game breaks or anything throughout this. This is the only game of the week. We are going to watch a full first drive from both of these teams, then start skipping around just a little bit. Toledo coming out in that normal Y off close formation we have seen them run many times, looking for that drag over to the right. Instead, hit that deep curl out to number 17. Those deep curls are just such good routes. And our Heisman Trophy winner, AJ Maddox, starts the game off hot, finding a nice little 20-yard completion down the field, staying in our normal Y off close. A lot of drags, crossers, sharp corner routes, stem down corner routes, specifically on the tight end side is what we got to watch out for here if we're Louisiana. And I think it's something with how this formation just kind of lines up, that like a flat on the left, even if it's like a cloud flat, anything like that, take our little check down there. We might have had that guy deeper over the middle, but we'll just take the nice safe ball. But I think it's something with the alignment maybe, that even if you have a cloud flat on your outside corner, it is never going to guard a stem down corner route from the, so this would be from our left. So if number 14 is on stem down corner, even if we have a cloud flat on our outside guy over on the left there, never going to guard it. Going with a little read option, using the legs of AJ Maddox, something we don't see too often from Toledo, but takes advantage of it there and picks up the first down. But I'm very interested to see how Vancy is going to guard this Toledo offense. We've featured Toledo multiple times now. I mean, shouldn't be much of a surprise. What we're seeing on the offensive side of things is going to be some gun bunch strong offset, right on cue. Some normal Y off close, maybe a little bit of trips, but bunch strong offset, we're expecting this to be dagger, I believe, is his main call out of here, or a double corners on the bunch side. But with the bunch being on the shorter side of the field, I would guess this is going to be a dagger call from Toledo. So it would be a drag and then a deep crosser coming on the same side. It is going to be a duo run, giving it to old Sammy two-step. Tries to juke around that backfield, find a little bit of room, brings him down only for a gain of 1. And yes, I do know his name is actually Sam two-step. I am always going to call him Sammy. In my brain, that just makes much more sense than Sam two-step does, and I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Here comes that dagger play. Again, just setting up that high-low over the middle makes it just very, very difficult to guard. You either have to commit down low to try to take away that drag, or you back up to try to take away the deep crosser, and it leaves the drag wide open. There we backed up. This time we played down, and there is the crosser. That's why that play is just so freaking good. So the first time we stay back to take away the crossing route, we hit the drag wide open. This time we stay down to take away the drag, crossing route wide open. And just like that, 2 minutes into this game, Toledo has got a 1st and goal at the 2, trying to go to that RPO to Sammy 2-step. This time, Louisiana defense flies into the backfield, brings them down for a loss. 2nd and goal at the 5, staying in some bunch strong offset. I don't know what our play call is going to be here. Maybe a sharp corner out to number 17. Even down at the 5, you know, you still have 15 yards of room to the back line of the end zone. So those stem down corner routes can still do very, very well. The user Louisiana flies into the backfield, misses that Superman tackle, but luckily Superman had some help, just like in the new Superman movie, which I actually haven't seen, but I'm just presuming. You know, Green Lantern and the other people. Superman has help. Anyway. Defense brings him down 3-2-6. Honestly, a very good run defense, and especially with what Louisiana's been doing here, trying to hit a quick screen over there, but our defensive end of Louisiana kind of got stonewalled so badly by the left tackle that he was in perfect position to break that pass up. But yeah, 3-2-6, and then grab one of those linebackers, sub linebackers, and bring him down right over your nose tackle. Actually, really good run defense. You wouldn't think it would be, but it really is. It kind of dumbs out the offensive line a little bit, gets you some room to try to shoot into the backfield. So 4th down, we are not going to be taking our points here with Toledo. We are going to be going for this, which against an offense like Louisiana, I don't hate that idea. We do want to make sure we're getting touchdowns, not field goals. With how explosive this Louisiana offense can be, we're going with a duo. Wow, okay, that fully caught me off guard. I am not surprised at all that it caught Louisiana off guard too. 4th and goal from the 5. We go to bunch strong offset and go with duo and punches one in. There's some of the technical difficulties we are going to see here. But what an opening drive from Toledo, getting into that normal Y off close, some of that bunch strong offset, making it all work together, drives right down the field, touchdown for the Rocket. But now we get to see Vancy and his Army triple option offense. We're coming out in an empty set right away. Let's see, what is Toledo in? Is this 6-1? Then we're coming out and empty and actually audibling down to a tighter set, going to a power read, trying to attack the outside against this condensed formation. And there goes Harlem Berry. Hit him with the Harlem Shake. He gets outside that condensed defense, and nobody on this planet is catching Harlem Berry when he gets that much room. I do not understand that dance move. We've seen Louisiana break out multiple times now, that celebration. Not sure what it's supposed to be, but either way, it's 6 points for the Raging Cajuns. 1 play, Harlem Berry to the house, the Louisiana boy. I actually don't know where he's from. I know he was at LSU before transferring to Louisiana, so he's showing out in his home state here. 1 play, quick hitter, quitter, touchdown, Raging Cajuns. Now we can go ahead and start jumping around a little bit. Just missed a couple plays here of Toledo. I believe we just hit another dagger at a bunch strong offset. Got the ball onto Louisiana's side of the 50-yard line. So we got a 1st and 10. Under 3 minutes to go. I mean, this 1 play touchdown by Louisiana was crazy. Staying in our gun bunch strong offset, manning some different people up, running kind of a cover 6 look here on defense, bringing that safety down. Let's see what the call is going to be from the Rockets. We're going, here comes that double corner out. And we potentially had the one on the what? What just happened? Did we just try to check this down to our halfback and it ended up being a backwards pass? That's a fumble. So we're sending a blitz here from our left corner, or left linebacker, whatever you want to call him. So we're rushing 4. Looks like I was just looking over to the right. I didn't see what happens. That guy loops around the offensive line and the ball comes loose. That's our 3rd string halfback back there, seeks contact, was just standing back watching that play unfold. No urgency from that young man on this grand stage. Lets Louisiana pick up the ball, and just like that, the Raging Cajuns got the ball back at the 50-yard line. So that must have been, we tried to check that down to the halfback. But with the pressure getting in there, it ended up kind of just being a spike into the ground backwards, and it's a fumble. And now we got Harlem Berry on the loose again, getting to that left sideline, just too gosh dang fast. That is good user defense by Toledo to commit to that, try to get outside. We can't let Harlem Berry be the one to beat us. It's much easier said than done because that guy's a complete freak of nature. But that was good user defense there. There's just only so much we can do. He gets that sideline, tiptoes his way up the field, and just like that, now Louisiana inside the 30. Ball at the 27-yard line. This is that power read look again. It is the power read. This time we're going to keep it with Juwan Johnson, and I think that's what we're going to have to do here if we're Toledo. If we're going up against Louisiana, we have to have it be Juwan Johnson. A total flip from, I think it was year 2, Old Dominion played Louisiana. And I wasn't going to let Juwan Johnson beat us. It had to be one of his halfbacks. Now with Harlem Berry back there, I think it's got to be, we have to laser focus in on Harlem Berry. Are we going short side rocket toss here? Which we're going to talk about more of rocket toss here in a little bit. We are going, and look at the blocking setup, and look at the Harlem shakes on Harlem Berry. Gets that one-on-one out there, goes left for just a second. The real Sammy two-step, Harlem two-step, cuts it back inside, takes it in for another Louisiana touchdown, another Harlem Berry touchdown. That's what, 3 carries, 100-something yards for him already, and it's a 14-7 lead for Louisiana. But really quick, I'm just going to mention the rocket toss thing right now while I'm thinking about it. We saw in Louisiana games against Tulsa, he did bring up a backup quarterback, Reeves, to run a rocket toss to the right. And I did talk to Louisiana about this and got it confirmed. He does have a 5th string quarterback that is left-handed that he brings in just to run a rocket toss to the right. If you don't know, rocket toss out of any flexbone formation is always going to work best going the opposite way of the handedness of your quarterback. So if you have a right-handed quarterback, you want to run rocket toss to the left. It works 1,000 times better going that direction than it does going to the right. So Louisiana, being the sick freak that he is, and it's a move you have to applaud, you have to respect, has a 5th string quarterback on his roster. That's why we couldn't see it on his depth chart in that Tulsa game either. That's left-handed, so he can sub him in and run a rocket toss to the right just as effectively as we run a rocket toss to the left with Juwan Johnson. Truly nasty, truly just tip of the cap, hats off to you for moves like that. You have to respect that kind of move from Louisiana. So Toledo goes for a run there on first down. We're going to jump around here in just a second. Going kind of a big clear out there, 2 curl routes over on the left. Instead, we just check one right underneath to Lightning McQueen, who's able to find some space. I mean, AJ Maddox already 113 yards. Toledo's offense has been moving it. I feel like the only stop we've really gotten for Louisiana was a little unlucky break for Toledo with that pressure getting in and then that turning into a backwards pass that was a fumble that Mr. Seeks Contact just wanted nothing to do with for whatever reason. So we're back in normal Y off close here, going 3 curls on the left, and we got a flag. That is going to be DPI on Louisiana for running. Oh, it was just defensive holding, so I guess it's only a 5-yard penalty. That is good. The triple curl combo, that's an interesting one. Don't think we've seen that one before. But at this point, Toledo's got the ball at the 50, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and keep rolling right from here. 1st and 10 for Toledo, trying to sneak another run in there to old Sammy. 2 steps, gets brought down quickly. Big boy, number 40 of Louisiana, gets in that backfield, brings him down for a loss of 1. You know, 2nd and 11 for Toledo, staying in our normal Y off close. We know eventually we're going to try to hit something deep here with Y sail. So I kind of like the quarters. We potentially had our tight end going on that deep corner. It was going to be a risky throw, trying to get over the top of the user. Maybe could have tried to squeeze one in there, but Curly Reed the third flies in there to bring him down for a sack. 3rd and 19 for Toledo as we head to the 2nd quarter. And we've seen Toledo kind of go to some more of these curl routes. We haven't really seen him do it too much before this game, but today we have definitely been seeing more and more curls, which 3rd and 19, a stemmed up curl. Sharp corner is definitely what I'm worried about here from number 17, because that just gets open against everything. So that's number 1 thing we're looking at. But we can see he's got those hook curls essentially playing the sticks. He's got them on, looks like about 20 yards. So they are all going back. We're all watching the curls, and perfect, absolutely perfect defense from Louisiana there. The stemmed up hook curl is right on that curl route, and it's a pick 6, and there's the dance moves again of Louisiana. Just like that, this Ragin' Cajuns defense, we didn't expect to see a ton of defensive plays on either side of the ball here, but they forced the fumble with the pressure. The perfect 20-yard hook curl is right there to get that interception, and at the snap of the fingers, Toledo went right down and scored on their opening drive. Now Louisiana, off back-to-back stops, is up 21-7. But one thing is for sure, we cannot write off this Toledo offense. There's still a lot of ball game left, and we know he can put up points in a hurry. As we can see here, just a few plays later, we're already on Louisiana's side of the 50-yard line. So that's Toledo offense still moving the ball here. Just a couple self-inflicted wounds have been the difference here so far, but game is far from over. So it looks like we are seeing some trips tight end now from Toledo. I don't remember what he does out of trips tight end. I guess we will find out. Setting up kind of a flood over there on the left. A good defense by Vancy. Didn't really see much to go there. Just take that check down and take our 4 yards. Again, we're seeing that trips. This is trio halfback weak is the actual formation with the trips to the short side. Going for an RPO. Nearly disaster again there for Toledo. Looked like we had a hard flat over on that left side that was flying down, hoping, trying, praying. There goes some of the glitch on the stream. Like I said, it gets worse. So you'll just have to bear with me when those come up. But that was awful close to a disaster for the Rockets. So now we're going back to our bunch strong offset. Either double curls or not double curls, double corners or dagger. I think number 81 is going to kind of tell us here. It is going to be dagger. And we have that inverted little C route. Again, we had that intermediate one going from right to the left. I don't know if he does a crosser or a post on that, but there's really 2 ways to set up dagger. You either take the guy on that kind of inverted C route and put him on a post or a crosser, or you take your streak and put him on a post or a crosser. I like to get the little C route off the field and change that. Seems like Toledo likes to take the streak off the field and put him on a crosser. Both are very effective. And then the next step on that you can do is sneak your halfback out on a streak as well, because everybody's going to be, you know, following the drag, following the crosser, following the deeper routes. Everybody kind of leaves a good spot to find your halfback coming out of the backfield there. So we are going to be back to normal Y off close again. I mean, this is sharp corner territory for sure. We've seen Toledo go to that a few times. We have a cloud flat out there. Oh, he's got it. Yep, he's got it. And see, I think that's part of that alignment of normal Y off close, that those corner routes are just unbelievable. You understand why Toledo likes them so much. We find our guy on the right sideline, touchdown Toledo. I told you this offense is not going to go away easily. They respond, they turn it over twice, get that ball back, and then go on an 8-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to bring it back to a 1-score game. Great response there from the Rockets. We have a big stretch of plays here, though, for Louisiana. Can Toledo's defense step up and match the energy Louisiana has been able to bring by forcing a couple turnovers? It is a 3rd and 3. Going with that quarterback run, that double mug the gap look leads to a free shoot into the backfield, brings Juwan Johnson down just for a gain of 1. 4th and 2. Louisiana keeps the offense on the field, quick snaps, and before he can even bring an extra defender down to the box, those QB blasts always going to be good against double mug, especially if we can quick snap it like that before he can get an extra help defender down there. Huge 4th down conversion there for Louisiana. Now we've got the ball. We've got 2 minutes left. The way, you know, with an Army style playbook, this could 100% be the last drive of the first half. I don't remember if it is, but hey, I guess we'll all find out together. I was watching this game a little bit while it was live. I try not to pay super close attention to the games if they're going to be games of the week, because I want to, you know, have more genuine reactions. I don't want to know what happens and act like, oh my God, oh my stars, what the heck was that? So I know a little bit about the game. I don't know every little piece. I definitely remember this though, the when it freaks out like that. But Juwan Johnson keeps that himself, picks up 1 yard, takes the ball right to the 50-yard line. And again, don't know Louisiana's kicker situation. Don't know. I should probably start checking kickers when I go over depth charts and things, but we didn't even go over the depth charts of these teams. We just did that recently. Go back and watch Louisiana, or the intro at least, of Louisiana versus Tulsa if you want to see Louisiana's depth chart, or our last video with Toledo and Utah State. We went over Toledo's. See, there it is. There's the left-handed quarterback. I actually got to bring back this up for a second. I know the stream's kind of freaking out for a sec, but this is exactly what I was talking about. So we go to Flexbone normal here and then sub out our quarterback. So hit Y here, take out Juwan Johnson, have to scroll all the way down to find Reeves, the left-handed quarterback, so that we can run a rocket toss to the right. I mean, true sicko stuff here from Vancy in Louisiana to have this in his bag. That he said he had this all season, but didn't break it out until the playoffs, until that game against Tulsa. And now he's using it to great effectiveness. As there goes Harlem Berry, gets that one-on-one on the outside, just not going to bring him down in a one-on-one situation. Hits him with the Harlem Shake one more time, one step outside, cut back inside, takes it down to the 12, where he then takes a dive. Louisiana really wants to work the rest of this clock here before half. We'll see if we're just going to go with some runs up the gut here, potentially. Just something to, keep the ball safe and run some clock. And especially against a look like this, looks like Toledo's in some nickel wide, kind of opening up that middle of the field. We're going to keep it with Jawan Johnson that time. Try to bounce it outside a little bit. Gets brought down. I don't know. Yeah, didn't even get any yards. Toledo takes their first time out. Now a 2nd and 10. Looks like we are going with a triple option out to the left. I believe that's midline triple option. Oh my gosh. Some electrical interference coming in here. I mean, New Orleans is where the Super Bowl was, and I actually just saw somebody mention something in the chat about it. When the NFL turned off the power for the 49ers Ravens Super Bowl, that was in New Orleans, wasn't it? Is there just something about hosting your big game in New Orleans just leads to issues? Who knows? The conspiracy, it might run deeper than we all think. 3rd and 6, Louisiana going with a pass play here. Drag on A, curl on Y. Just trying to roll out here with Jawan Johnson. Whoa, wow. Tries to force the ball to the back line of the end zone, but Toledo slammed that window shut, and the Rockets have a chance here. What a huge turnover. What a gigantic mistake by Jawan Johnson trying to force that ball in there. From a potential 2-score game heading into half, now Toledo has got the ball with a chance to tie it up. My goodness. This is a big error there from Louisiana, and we're going to do our best to see what's going on here. It was definitely normal wild close. We got streaks in a deep corner, or deep post, and we do find the deep post, but there is a flag on the play. I can't, it's holding. It popped up for just long enough for us to be able to see through the static here and see that it was indeed a holding call on Toledo. So 57 seconds left. Only one timeout is kind of a bit of an issue here. So Louisiana looks like we're just backing kind of everybody up. If you want to take your underneath stuff, seems like Louisiana's kind of okay with that, and just hope we can get some tackles inbounds here. Pressure was getting on that quarterback. We have to throw our little check down, which just dances. Sammy Two-Step does his little soft shoe right on out of bounds. So a 2nd and 20, 51 seconds now. Looks like same kind of defense here from Louisiana. Yeah, just really deep zone drops, just backing everybody up. Let's see if we're changing. What are we changing here? Putting our flats just back on oh my gosh. This stream is brutal. And it's nothing really, there's nothing fancy you can do about it. It's just his internet bandwidth wasn't up to the task today, it would seem. It was totally fine during the Tulsa game too. But here we are. So we did change our zone drops just so we can set up that Mabel defense on the tight end side. We have our hard flats playing down a little bit, our purple zones playing up a little bit. Then we kind of have to user the intermediate over the middle and to the right. So we saw his user kind of backing up there, trying to just making sure we are not getting burned. If you want to throw underneath, I think we can live with that if we are Louisiana in this situation. So 3rd and 14, clock's already ticking down to about 30 seconds left to go. Ball still at their own 16. So we've killed about 20 seconds. Haven't really gotten to move the ball a whole heck of a lot. But there is that streak out of the backfield. Just throwing to your halfbacks are just so good. It took me a second to think of what I wanted to say there. But just in general, like streaks, Texas routes, anything where you can involve your halfback, very, very good. He's trying it again, kind of making the user pick between the two. And Vancy did a good job. He stuck with that post for long enough until it got carried over to the other zone, and then drop off of that to go pick up that halfback streak, force another little 8-yard check down. Got 15 seconds, ball at our own 39. We need probably... Again, don't know the kicker situation of either of these teams, but we probably need at least 25, 30 yards. I'm just basing it off of our ODU kicker, who stinks. They probably have better kickers than I do. I really neglected special teams, which probably a mistake. But here we are. We all have to live with our mistakes. Finds another check down there, 11 seconds. We are going to come out and just spike this one, save that last time out, which I like this idea. It's still going to give you a shot to do one more play and then call a timeout. You have 8 seconds now. So any play that takes 6 or 7 seconds gets us 15 to 20 yards. We can take our last time out and try to get 3 on the board here before half. It's going to be normal Y off close for Toledo, 3-2-6 for Louisiana. Didn't really see what his defense was looking like on this one. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty similar though. Just kind of dropping everybody back, taking underneath if you want. Take that left drag if you want. That is fine. Then just fly down there. gets out of bounds. Doesn't really make a difference since he had one timeout left there anyway. Can't imagine we're going to try a 60-yard field goal here. 3 seconds. Not enough time to run a quick play anymore. We are just going to have to probably have to try to take a deep shot here out of normal Y off close. Coming up in man up 3 deep. So it's going to be some streaks and probably a deep corner or a deep post somewhere. Trying to get somebody to beat one of those deep blue zones, beat the man coverage, and get by one of the deep blues. We'll see what is going to end up being here for Toledo. A lot of hot routes. I mean, you got to custom stem so many things to really try to get a ball into the end zone here, so understandable. Let's see. Yeah, all streaks, and then there's going to be, yep, streaks, and then there was a deep post over on the right. Almost looked for a second like that might have been caught, but the ball does fall down incomplete, and we are headed to halftime here in New Orleans in the Superdome. 21-14 lead for Louisiana. Both teams looking to win their first national championship. And it is Louisiana starting with the ball here in the second half, and they've already got themselves a little bit of a drive going. Been about a minute and a half gone by. Just completed a deep pass on a fake rocket toss to get the ball to Toledo's 41-yard line. And like the Terminator having some AI issues here. Going with that run up the middle to old Bill Davis. He was the halfback one for Louisiana. I want to say it was last year. Still a very good halfback, but obviously relegated down now that we have people like Harlem Berry on the squad. But still a very good fullback who can get the job done here. So we're coming back out nickel wide, pinching the line this time. I think Vancy is kind of seeing if he's coming out in that nickel wide, we should have some run for these, some room for these fullback runs. So we try to get one back to Bill Davis there, only pick up a gain of 2, 3rd and 2. I mean, we are in field goal range here. How aggressive do we want to get? We haven't tried an outside, like a rocket toss or something in a minute, so I wouldn't hate to see that when Toledo is coming out in this double mug look, but we'll see what Vancy decides to do here. I mean, Lord only knows. Your guess is as good as mine as to what the play was. Looked like just a dive up the middle. I don't know what the actual play call was, and Louisiana is going to be going for it. Another huge opportunity here for the Toledo defense. Again, we've seen Louisiana's defense force that fumble, get that pick 6. We need something from Toledo's defense. We did get that one interception in the red zone, but right now, kind of backs against the wall, life on the line. Can't really see what's happening. Almost looks like an indoor blizzard of some kind obstructing our camera view here. But 4th and 1, looks like we are going back. Are we going QB blast? Oh, now he backs his linebackers out of the box, so we're going back to QB blast. Now the linebackers coming back into the box. A little bit of a chess match going on here between Toledo and Louisiana. We do keep the QB blast, and Juwan Johnson follow those big hogs up front. They're going to push the Rockets back and give Johnson just enough space to pick up the huge first down for Louisiana. Awful risky move going for it there, but I don't hate it either. On a 4th and 1, we got to trust our big boys up front. We got to trust Juwan Johnson to be able to pick us up 1 yard in that situation, and they get it done. 1st and 10, coming out in some spread offset. This we actually haven't seen Louisiana do a ton. It was something he used to do more in year 2, is that there was an RPO, like read RPO out of spread offset. Oh my goodness. So in his spread offset, he's got his running backs as the slot receivers, so then he can motion down into flex bone normal. You are a sick man, Vancy. You have a 5th string lefty quarterback to run rocket toss to the right. Then you come out and spread offset, but with both your halfbacks in your slot receiver position, so you can audible down to flex bone. And we're doing it again. Unbelievable. And here comes that rocket toss too. Audibles down from spread offset into flexbone to run rocket toss against the condensed double mug look. Oh my goodness. And there goes Harlem Berry. Again, good user defense flying out there, but there's just nothing Toledo can do to stop Harlem Berry. The man is on an absolute mission today. 6 carries, 191 yards. His 3rd touchdown makes it a 2-score lead for Louisiana. I just can't get over coming out and spread offset and being able to audible down into flexbone normal. Vancy's got some tricks, man. and it's gotten him this far. It's gotten him a 14-point lead in the national title game. And again, though, that Toledo offense fighting back. We just had to skip. We had hit another dagger, hit that deep cross again. But the stream was freaking out, so I just skipped ahead of that. That's how we got Toledo down here at the 31-yard line. That was an interesting play. So the halfback swung out to the left flat, and then we had a couple really short curl routes. Interesting. I like it. Find Eric Holly, pick up a gain of 8. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. But overall, I have like Toledo's user defense. I feel like we've been out there on those rocket tosses. It's Harlem Berry. Like, there's just only so much you can do. Now we switch into a little bit of man coverage there from Louisiana and had him just nowhere to go. I wouldn't hate calling some more of that man. That looked awful good. Yeah, Toledo's user done a great job flying out there when we noticed that rocket toss coming. But Harlem Berry's just going to beat you to the edge and then turn it upfield. I don't know what you're supposed to do against that man. So 3rd and 2 now for the Rockets. Staying in our normal wild close, going to a little bit of mesh. Find our Eric Holly on the left side. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Left all alone in that left flat. I do really like that Eric Holly. Toledo in general, their overall isn't great right now, but they have a lot of really good young players, including Sammy Two-Step, who I believe is a freshman halfback, finds the end zone for Toledo. Leave it to your true freshman on the biggest stage of all to bring it back to a one-score game as we head into the fourth quarter. We'll skip ahead about a minute and a half here. Louisiana finds themselves on a 3rd and 11 at their own 35-yard line, going to X-Dig, which is one of the best pass plays like in this entire game. I love X-Dig out of Flexbo Normal. Those drags are so difficult to cover. And honestly, I think we're happy Toledo is coming out in that double mug and not actually sending mid blitz, because that could be coming in very quickly against any sort of under center pass attack we are trying here with Louisiana. But we pick up 8 yards on that X-Dig. Not the best ball by Jawan Johnson. Barry didn't have much room to run after he caught that one, and we are again keeping that pedal down, staying aggressive, trying to run out as much clock as we can. 28-21, ball on our own side of the 15. We are going for it on 4th and 3. We're calling X-Dig. This time it is flipped, so it is going to be Y on the drag. Barry going downfield, blocking our fullback, going again to that double mug look. If this is mid blitz, we might just be dead. But it's not. They all drop back. We got the drag again. Finds him right in that pocket, right before he gets to that right side flat defender. That's why that play is so freaking good. Those drag routes, so hard to defend. Finds his man, picks up the gigantic first down. Now Louisiana really going to put the anaconda vice on this ball, chew as much of this clock as we possibly can. 1st and 10, we are going, rocket toss motion, going with a fake rocket toss, rolling out. Good little, I think that was a switch by Toledo, because the last time we tried that, he hit that comeback over on the right. This time Toledo was ready for it, gets on that outside corner, takes away that comeback route, but with Jawan Johnson, give him a little bit of space. It's still going to end up as a 9-yard rush. 2nd and 1, less than 3 minutes to go. I mean, really, if you're Louisiana, that was kind of best case scenario, getting 9 yards on that. 2nd and 1, you should be able to pick this one up pretty easily, and it's going to let that clock keep running. We got one more play until the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 1. What are we going with here? Maybe an inside run? Was this a triple option? Either way, it ends up as an inside run for Bill Davis, and he picks up the first down. 1st and 10. Go ahead, take us to the 2-minute warning. Louisiana has the national championship in their sights. Can Jawan Johnson and Harlem Berry finish the job? Toledo still all 3 timeouts, but with Louisiana in field goal range, we're just kind of banking on another mistake from Louisiana, like we saw his last time down in the red zone right before half, trying to hit that rocket toss out to the left back to Harlem Berry. That time Toledo with 3 defenders out there, not giving him any room to try to bounce that all the way out to the sideline. No room to spin that back inside. Good defense there from the Toledo Rockets. 2nd and 8, Louisiana. Essentially one first down away from almost ending this game. We're going back to the fake rocket toss. Are we audibling out of it? Looks like we are audibling out of it. Going down into flex bone close. I think I like this idea. We got to run the ball here. Oh, we're actually going to call timeout. I think we run the ball here and make Toledo try to use their second timeout. I think we'll see what Louisiana decides to do though. Coming back out in Flexbo normal, we're going back to that fake rocket toss. We've hit him with this a couple times, thrown one to the comeback, ran one with Johnson. Looks like we're going to try to roll out with Johnson again. See, that was definitely the smart thing to do. It took a couple extra seconds. It keeps the clock running, go down, stay in bounds. I 100% 100% would have tried throwing that one to B, and it would have been intercepted, and Toledo would have had life. 100% that is what I would have done. But that's why Vancy is here, and I'm where I am, sitting in my bedroom just watching this game unfold. So now a 3rd and 7, a first down. Does it end the game? I believe it does at this point. Minute and 20 to go, a 3rd and 7. Are we going rocket toss? Are we trying to attack this outside somehow? Triple option to the right? No, this has to go to the left. I assume we're flipping this or just taking a timeout. And it all comes down to this, a 3rd and 7, a first down, wins the ball game, wins the national championship. We are going triple option. It is going to be Juwan Johnson, who is going to keep it himself, fakes out the defender, too focused on Harlem Berry. We have to be. I talked about that. I think that's what you have to do on the defensive side of things. We have to take away Harlem Berry. That opens up the alley for Juwan Johnson, who carries Louisiana to their first ever national championship victory, or just about, almost. Technically, I guess, no, that is it, because he's only got 2 timeouts. So yeah, Louisiana is going to be our national champions. Party down on Bourbon Street, party in the French Quarter. That's all I really know about New Orleans, to be honest with you. But congratulations to Vancy. What a season. Finishes off the perfect 17-0 season with the Army triple option. He's built that team to run the triple option absolutely beautifully. Runs that 3-2-6 defense very well. And can't forget, great season. Shout out to IQ Truth and Toledo. That Ohio State offense is one of my favorite offensive playbooks for a reason. They've got all those really good formations in it. We see the bunch strong offset. We see the normal Y-off week. To take a 74 overall team, get them to 16-0, and get them even to that national championship is an unbelievable season. Very excited to see where Toledo goes from here with all the youth they had playing this season. I think Toledo is not going anywhere anytime soon. They may look a little disappointed here right now as Louisiana raises their national championship trophy, but Toledo is still going to be a force to reckon with, in year 4. So with all of that said, as the boys continue to celebrate, Harlem Berry, 10 carries, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. We're going to go full screen here. Hey, hi, how are you? I don't think I've ever used this before. I do just want to take a second here at the very end of this to say thank you to everybody, whether you're just watching here on YouTube or to any of the 32, I guess technically we had like 40 users that took part in year 3, it's probably 60 or 70 at this point that have been involved in this dynasty at some point from when we started until year 3. I never knew what to expect starting an online dynasty. I'd never done one before, either in Madden or NCAA, and it has been a fantastic time. We've been having so much fun with it. So thank you to everybody watching. Massive thank you to everybody who's playing and is part of this dynasty. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for making this as fun a journey as it has been. I hope everybody enjoyed our end of year 3 here. We'll be back with an off-season recap of year 4, going over all the different coaching changes and things that we have, going over the ODU's transfer portal, how kind of everybody's recruiting season stacks, how ODU is going to look heading into year 4, and then we'll be ready for another season of the OMT Dynasty. I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.